morning, friends. How are we doing today? That's fair. Well, today is a rough day for me too. Just much more than the usual amount of pain. It's like I can feel my entire skeleton, and not in a good way. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, whether you're feeling great or whether you're feeling terrible, please remember to get up at some point, to stretch even a little bit, to drink some water, take your meds if that applies to you, eat something if you can, and I hope that you remember that you are loved, you matter. I am so glad you're here with me. And I hope that you have a good day, or do what you need to do to survive the day. It is about, let's see here. Oh, well, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I got up probably about an hour and a half ago to eat something, and then I went back to bed. I'm probably just going to go transition to my chair to sit and read for a little bit, just so I can change positions. But yeah, I ended up staying home. Well, I am usually home today, but didn't even work today. There are just some days where the pain is more than is tolerable. Anyway, so you know what? How about I read something to you? You want to, I have like a first draft of a short story. How about I read that to you today? Enjoy a bit of decaf coffee for this. Now, my insecurity, that's for you, compels me to say, please keep in mind that this is very much a rough draft. It's not even been revised once. I definitely have already identified passages that were too cheesy or don't give enough information, but the old man moved quietly among them, refilling their cups and tending to the hearth, all the while absorbing their words. He seemed particularly amused by their debate over which pantheon of gods, Norse or Greek, held more power and influence in the world of mythology. The conversation grew lively, with each of them passionately defending their chosen side. I lost my place, sorry. Oh, here we go. As the debate continued, John excused himself to use the restroom. As he walked past the old man, he overheard him mutter to himself, almost absent-mindedly, "The last time Tyr and Ares fought, they shattered a planet. That was quite a mess." John paused, caught off guard by the remark. It was such an odd thing to say, and the casual way that the old man said it, made it seem as though he were recalling a memory, rather than making something up. Curiosity gnawed at him, but he continued to the restroom, mulling over what he had heard. When he returned to the table, the debate had died down, and the others were discussing their own writing projects. John, however, couldn't shake what the old man had said from his mind. He leaned forward, and catching the old man's eye as he refilled Owen's cup, he asked, "Excuse me, sir, but I couldn't help overhearing what you said just now about Tyr and Ares shattering a planet. What did you mean by that?" The old man looked at him, a twinkle of mischief in his eyes, and for a moment John thought he might dismiss it as a joke. But instead, he set the teapot down and took a seat at their table. "Well," he said, folding his hands, "it's just a story, of course. But if you'd like to hear it." John and his friends leaned in, their curiosity piqued. "Yes, please," they chorused. The old man smiled, the firelight reflecting in his eyes, and he began to tell them a tale, a story that would linger in their minds long after they left the tea house that evening. The young men returned the next day, eager to hear more of the old man's stories. What had started as a chance discovery quickly became a cherished routine. Each afternoon, after their lectures and study sessions at Oxford, John, Clive, Owen, and Charles would make their way back to the hidden alleyway, their steps quickening as they approached the warm glow of the tea house's windows. Inside, they found the old man waiting, as if he had expected them all along. He greeted them with a knowing smile, and always with a fresh pot of tea ready to be served. The tea house itself felt like a sanctuary. Its cozy atmosphere, the flickering hearth, and the endless shelves of books created a space where the outside world seemed to melt away. As they sipped their tea, the friends would discuss their latest ideas, the books they were reading and the stories they were working on. The old man listened with genuine interest, often offering a gentle suggestion or a piece of advice that seemed almost prophetic in its wisdom. He never pushed, never lectured, but somehow his words always guided them toward deeper insights. But as the visits became more frequent, the boys started to notice something peculiar. The tea house library seemed far larger on the inside than its modest exterior suggested. They marveled at the seemingly endless rows of books, the labyrinth of corridors, and the vastness of the library that couldn't possibly fit within the small, unassuming building they entered from the alley. Curiosity piqued. Clive finally voiced what they'd all been wondering. "Sir, how is it that this place is so expansive? The building outside doesn't look nearly this big." The old man paused, and then broke into a wide grin. "Ah, my boy, you've discovered my little secret. It's just all in the way you look at things, you see. Buildings are like stories. The more you get to know them, the more there seems to be." He winked as if sharing a private joke, and quickly changed the subject, asking them about their favorite books of the week. The boys exchanged puzzled glances, but decided not to press the issue. They were content to let the mystery be, enchanted by the place's magic and the stories it held within. This short story is designed to introduce the tea house / library. Tea-brary, for lack of a better idea. I'm hoping to come up with something better later. And the old man that works / lives there. Anyway, I know that probably wasn't a lot to go on, but let me know what you think about like the pacing and stuff. Telling short stories or making up a quick fairy tale is pretty easy for me, but actually trying to produce something that could be in writing, that could be bound and sold as a story, is very intimidating for me, and I get really stressed out by it. But I have this vision of creating a character who could inhabit many stories. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I need to take like a writing class or get a mentor or something. I don't know. You know what I would really love is an editor. I would love to just like create the story and have it be good enough that a publisher is like, "Hey, we'll help you with the editing process." And obviously they take some of the money from it, but I don't care because I have a job. I just don't have the time to write and edit perfectly a whole novel. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. And I don't have thousands of dollars just to pay for someone else to do it either. Oh well. It's something to do while I'm sick and laying around. Alright, friends, I'm going to go take a nap. This is decaf, so I was able to do so. And I will see you tomorrow. So for now, it is time for your next adventure. I'll miss you. Cheers.